Hey guys, how you doing? It's Deepak Shukla here, and one of my team asked me to record a video about 7 ways if you're a student you can earn an income. So I did what any sensible person would do. I asked ChatGPT. I'm sharing you the results. I want to talk about every single one of them right now because I've got experience in most of these things, and I'm going to talk to you about how it works and why it works. So if you're a student, if you're anything from age even as young as probably 12, 13, all the way up to 21, that's when most people tend to start as well as finish education and be at the early end of it at an age where you can begin generating an income, then these are some ways that you can basically make money as a student. So let's get into each one of them. So number one, we've got freelance work. So fundamentally, there's platforms like Upwork, there's Freelancer, there's Fiverr. You can literally just Google freelancing platforms, and you will find a whole ton of them, and multiple appear here. So what you want to do is figure out an area of expertise. So for example, that could be graphic design, it could be logo design. If you haven't got an area of expertise, you could learn an area of expertise, and then you could ultimately jump onto a freelancing platform and begin creating a profile and seeing what you can do to start generating proposals. I've done this to generate millions via Upwork. So I'm just going to show you, Deepak. Let me just show you my account, and you'll see that this is something that we have actually done. So there you go, Deepak Shukla, SEO expert and consultant, and you'll see that I've got 95 hours completed, 100% job success rate, and I don't know how much it says that I've billed on here, but yeah, there's over $20,000-$30,000, probably more, that has been generated on here, and then clients have come off over time. So this is the answer to this part here. Freelance work is a legitimate way that you can earn an income, and I'd absolutely recommend that you do it. It can be short term, it can be project based, it can be long term. We've got clients that have ended up staying with us for years and spending more than £20,000 a month. So that's more than $250,000 a year from one client. That's been built up over time, but I've had clients that started on £5,000 per month directly from Upwork. So it's an amazing way to generate an income. So that's number one. Number two, tutoring. So look guys, tutoring is fantastic. If you're looking for platforms, there's tutor.com, there's Chegg Tutors. You can literally just Google become a, for example, English tutor online, and what you'll do is you'll find that there's all of these platforms that you can sign up and ultimately get registered to teach any ultimately skill that you desire. So that's English. Let's try something very different, become a graphic design tutor online, and you'll see that again there are platforms that you can sign up to become a freelance tutor, as well as actually applying to local agencies to become a tutor yourself. So again, this is something that I've done. I'm going to show you something. Gobsmackers, Deepak Shukla. I used to run a tutoring agency, and let's see if we can find Gobsmackers Tuition Limited. There it is. And then let me just jump onto YouTube, and you'll see, if you want to have a look at it, Gobsmackers Deepak, and I'm pretty sure it exists somewhere online. Gobsmackers, an introduction. 12 years ago, I was attempting to make money as a tutor. So there you go. That is the path of tutoring. That's option number 2. And I earn, ultimately, once I set up as a tutor, you can earn anything from £10 to £30 per hour. Do that a couple of hours a day, and you can quite easily earn over £1,000 per month. And I got this once I started to build an agency in upwards of £8,000 per month. So you can absolutely earn money as a tutor. So that's bucket number 2. Let's go to bucket number 3, part-time jobs. Okay, so this probably speaks for itself. Part-time jobs. I had my first job at 12 years old. I basically did a local paper round. So that's where you get local newspapers. So we have things called the Gazette and the local Chronicles. You'll have typically a local newsletter or newspaper that goes out to your local neighborhood, and they are typically distributed from local newsagents. So I went into a local newsagent and I was able to get a paper round. Then I've gone on to work. I own 3 coffee shops. I've worked in cafes. I worked in my school library's my school library when I was at university at the campus as well. So there's plenty of part-time jobs. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I'm 37 now. I know, I look younger. But you can absolutely get a part-time job. Absolutely, and that's a good way to earn anything from 250 up to potentially £1,000 a month again. So, campus ambassador program. So, there's always jobs that are available to you at your campus. So, if you're a university student, then find out. I ultimately got a job as a learning grid tutor whilst I was at university. Let me just see if the learning grid. I made a song about it, but I don't know if I ever did anything in regards to the learning grid. Look at that, you beautiful human, Deepak. Anyway, in any event, I don't have anything that relates to that, but I have had jobs throughout university, and I worked on campus as a IT support advisor, and then I worked as a learning grid advisor, which is our school library basically, and then I also did security for a little while, which God knows why they hired me. But there you go. So that is bucket number 4. Bucket number 5, selling products online. So look, there's lots of platforms. Have I? Yes, we have. We were at one stage through Shopify directly making in upwards of £5,000 per month, but a better and easier way to do that is through platforms such as eBay, Etsy, Amazon Handmade. And if you create anything yourself, as it says, handmade goods or otherwise, you can ultimately create an account and look at starting to sell. So there are people that make a fantastic income on eBay, on Etsy, on Amazon, so I'd recommend you absolutely look into it. So, internships. Well, my company, Pearl Lemon, does internships. So if you're interested, you can look at ultimately getting an internship at places such as Pearl Lemon. We do need to sort that apply now button now. I'm going to talk to the team. But in any event, absolutely getting an internship. We have our operations director who went on to who started as an intern. And there's plenty of internship companies that exist online. So have a look into it. And internships are an excellent way to generate an income. So number 7 is content. So it's what I'm doing right now fundamentally. So creating content is a great way to establish your expertise. It's a great way to build your brand presence, and it will actually support number 5 Number 5 and number 1. If you build your brand, there's so many ways you can generate an income. So I recommend that you build your brand so that you can generate an income. So absolutely advocate, of course, digital content creation. You only need to have a look at me and to look at the amount of stuff that I've got online, and it helps absolutely. Oh look, this is still there 10 years ago. It helps absolutely everything that we do when it comes to growth, and you can see that there is content that's pretty much everywhere, as you can see. So absolutely putting content out online is going to support anything that you ultimately end up doing, because it just builds brand trust, presence, and the like. So that is number 7. What I'm going to do, because of course, what wouldn't I do? I asked ChatGPT for an additional couple of ways. So let's have a look at what ChatGPT said. I said, give me 5 more. So participate in research studies or surveys. So look, I've not actually participated in surveys directly, but we've been part of campaigns, or we've run campaigns at Pearl Lemon where we give people Amazon gift cards, we give people basically payments to participate in surveys. Again, you can Google it. There's research studies that are available and that do exist online, and you can take part in surveys on a monthly basis and probably earn a couple of £100 per month. Let's just have a Google of this. Let's just see what happens. Here we go. Participate in paid research, paid trials, £200 per day, clinical trials, paid research studies, online focus groups. There is so much out there. 31 paid studies and how you can make money. So there's a ton out there. I'd recommend you absolutely looking into paid studies. Be aware. I don't know enough about it, to be honest with you, if they're going to inject you or this or that, but I'm pretty sure most of them are pretty darn safe. So research studies as well as surveys, same thing, give it a Google, is going to work. On campus jobs, we've already discussed that. Look, pet sitting or dog walking. So we happen to own a pet concierge, a pet travel company, and I do know, I think it's one of my sister's friends, Stuart, who is actually a full-time dog walker and pet sitter. It's a big business, to be honest with you. In the city, I'm based in countryside Italy, but I also have a home in central London. And in London, pet sitting, dog walking is a big thing. You will get paid, can get paid, do get paid for it. So I'd absolutely advocate that. Like becoming a virtual assistant, we've got a ton of virtual assistants within our company. Again, head over to pearl11placements.com. Feel free to check us out and apply. But yes, in general, you can definitely look at virtual assistant roles. And again, sign up to the freelancing platforms, or also just look for jobs that relate to virtual assistants. It's a pretty good thing to get into. Fitness instructor or personal trainer. So I'm pretty sure I have done this anyway. I did Boxercise, and let's have a look if I've got it anywhere. Preparing to work with a personal fitness trainer. But anyway, becoming a personal fitness trainer is, here we go, Deepak. No, I don't think that's me. That's a different Deepak. But becoming a personal fitness trainer is definitely something that, if sport and fitness and health is your thing, I've got a good friend of mine, Axel, who makes a couple of £1,000s a month being an actual personal trainer and fitness consultant. So it's a big industry. Again, if you have platforms such as Upwork, or if you reach out to your local network, as well as putting up an Instagram, flexing those biceps, that will serve as your proof of your resume. So you don't need a qualification, but you do need some muscles, or in absence of the muscles, do have a qualification. But in any event, I've just given you, I believe, 11, because this one was a duplicate, 11 ways actually to make money as a student.